Welcome back into Sports Talk ATL. I am Chase Earl, joined by Alex Lord. We've said it several times. We haven't said it in a while because, the NBA season is just getting upon us. Usually, this is the time of year where everyone starts getting excited. But Onsi Saleh has cooked this entire offseason, and he did it again on Monday, signing Dyson Daniels to a 4-year, $100 million extension right before the deadline, before he would have gone to end restricted free agency next offseason. I don't know how you can't be happy about this. The murmurs were $30 million. He might try to push the Hawks for $30 million. We get him at 25 over 4 years. It's just another good move for the Hawks. About the only thing that hasn't happened this offseason that we expected, Trae Young getting his extension. And maybe that's not a bad thing. Seeing how this plays out, seeing how Trae plays with all these guys. Can we be a legitimate Eastern Conference contender again? Because we definitely have the roster makeup to be that way.
We've taken the power back. So the Atlanta Hawks forever was like, we would just pray to get a star player, and then we would just really be at, his will. We would just bend to his will. Whoever it was, whatever the situation, we would just end up. Onsi Saleh has taken the power back. A lot of the best teams in the league do this, where they're like, we don't need you, man. Like, we're gonna be just fine. You're gonna take what we kind of give you, and if you don't like it, go somewhere else. We'll figure it out. Onsi Saleh, it is clearer than ever that Landry Fields was just a facade. He was like the Queen of England, didn't do anything. It was really the other guys behind her who was doing everything. That's what Onsi Saleh was in Landry Fields. The only reason you fire Landry Fields after what was one of the better off seasons in recent memory, maybe the best off season in recent memories, to turn around and promote an internal guy was because that internal guy was the engine driving all of those moves. It's clearer than ever that was the case. Whether it was the draft night trade with the Pelicans, whether it was the original Dyson Daniels trade that was the DeJounte Murray trade, now it is the Dyson Daniels trade. Like, everything links back to Onsi Saleh. And regardless of what happens this year, Hawks fans should be excited about the future moving forward with Onsi Saleh at the helm, because we are in a position to compete right now and for the next 5 or so years because of the work he's done building draft capital, unwinding all of the salary cap bullshit while positioning us in a younger tier. Like, Kristaps Porzingis is our vet, our quote-unquote veteran, and we've only got him under contract for 1 year. Trae's the only other veteran. Like, we're in such a good position now that I am finally like, maybe I was just like trying to be optimistic because I was a Hawks fan of like, this could work, this could work. Now I actually believe Onsi Saleh has what it takes to put together not a playoff team, a championship caliber roster. He was the quote unquote wizard of those Warriors team, the salary cap wizard of those Warrior teams. Like, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. And I think we keep saying his name wrong. It's Onsi Saleh. So I want to say that before I keep saying Saleh.
Well, it's Robert Saleh.
It's Onsi Saleh.
Well, sorry about that. You're the GOAT. Like, let's just call him GOAT.
I'll call you whatever you want me to call you. Daddy?
Let's just call him GOAT. Because this was a perfect offseason. How many times do you hear winners of free agency, Atlanta Hawks? I mean, they were up there. Like, whether they were winners of the draft, Atlanta Hawks. Yep. Like, contract extensions, Atlanta Hawks. Like, if before opening night, which I know is just like a day away, or depending on when I get this up there posted, but Trae Young signs an extension, like, you have literally done everything possible as a Hawks, especially if it's like an extension that's a little more team friendly.
Right.
It's not the max.
Thing, though I kind of started on a rant there and just forgot to end it. I just kind of left it tapering. Whereas, like, other GMs, other regimes, we would just give in to Trae Young no matter what. And I want Trae Young here. He's a superstar. He's the best player other than maybe Dominique Wilkins we've ever had in this franchise's history. But the simple fact of the matter is that this organization is now in a position to tell somebody like Trae Young, no, we're not going to give you a supermax contract until we see what you can do with a roster that is more than capable of not only a top 6 seed. We're capable of having a top 4 seed, top 3 seed. If you look at the landscape in the Eastern Conference.
Absolutely.
So I like the idea where it's like, hey, we'll give you your money. Let's just see what you do this year.
John Hollinger predicted the Hawks to finish in a tie for third I believe, with the New York Knicks. So, I mean, that's the kind of level that they're expected to be on. And frankly, I think this team has the type of depth necessary to be even better than that because, guys in the NBA, it's unfortunate, but let's call a spade a spade. Everybody's missing 10 to 15 games. So you need 8, 9, 10, 11 guys. If you want to win in the regular season, right, you need those guys because those guys are going to play a lot of minutes, a lot of games for you. The Atlanta Hawks have that. So in terms of, I don't know what they're going to be like in terms of a legitimate force in the playoffs and competing with the top of the top. But I think in the regular season, the depth that they have is going to be a problem for a lot of teams. So I think they're going to win a lot of games this season. And I think they're set up. You go look at the future, even with Trae Young on the books, which is a player option. And that player option is about $50 million. But I think if they sign him to extension, it'll probably be $60 million or something like that. Kristaps Porzingis comes off the books. You have room to go out there and get whoever the hell you want.
Luke Kennard comes off the books.
Whoever the hell you want. I mean, you will have 100. I believe they're at 149 million with Trae Young. The luxury tax $201 million. So they can get whatever the fuck they want. And God forbid we actually go over the fucking tax.
How about potentially having a top 5 pick too to add to the
That's
fold?
what I was going to say. That's exactly where I was going to go. You also have a top 5 pick. You also have another first round pick. And we haven't even mentioned Asa Newell, who's looked pretty good all the way leading up to the season. Like, there are so many.
Reza Shea potentially taking another step.
Dyson Daniels is 22 years old.
Yeah.
Like, last year was his first real season being thrust into a legitimate role in the NBA. And he won
he's not just a defensive ace. He has the ability to knock down shots and even get his own shot a little bit.
Yes. His mid-range game is good.
Yeah.
He shot 50% from the field. 34%. He's also an underrated playmaker. You want to know why the Hawks haven't gone out there and made an emphasis to get a backup point guard and they were willing to trade Kobe Buffkin? They believe Dyson Daniels can be that secondary playmaker and Luke Kennard can be that secondary playmaker. Those are two guys that not a lot of people talk about, have some playmaking ability.
Nickeil Alexander, too.
Yeah. I mean, Dyson Daniels averaged almost 5 assists a game last season. Jalen Johnson averaged close to 7 assists a game last season.
I mean, this is a very, very exciting time as an Atlanta Hawk fan because we're balancing for the first time in maybe my lifetime, what feels like we can win right now. We can also just be happy that we have got so many assets in the future. There is no liability on this team in terms of a contract, all positive value. It's nice to have with a ton of draft capital, which we have not had in a while. And it's just sunny days in Atlanta.
The most fun aspect about it, though, even going into the season, is going to be what you're going to be able to watch because it's going to be fun. It's going to be the fun type of basketball. You know how the Warriors, they made the positionless basketball thing kind of a thing. There wasn't real clear-cut positions. Everyone can kind of do a little bit. Now, I don't want to see Trae Young playing center, but you know what I'm saying? Onyeka Okongwu can play center. They can go big with Okongwu, who we didn't even mention yet, but that guy is a budding beast, whatever role they use him in. Kristaps Porzingis on the floor at the same time. They can have Jalen Johnson running the damn point guard. Dyson Daniels running. They can do so many things. You could have
Reza Shea, Dyson Daniels, Kristaps, Onyeka, or Jalen Johnson. All on. I mean, everybody bigger than 6'7", 6'8" on the floor with Trae Young.
They can go big. They can go small. They've got playmakers at the forward position. They got playmakers that can play center. They've got 2 centers that would start on every team in the NBA. So it's going to be a fun brand of basketball. So I think that's what everyone should be excited about.
I am so excited for tomorrow night.
Yeah. Falcons back, Hawks back. All we had to do, Falcons kind of back. Limping towards
the future
back.
is still bright for the Atlanta Falcons,
the
Atlanta Hawks, and the Atlanta Braves. I know Braves fans are still licking their wounds, but we're better than 90% of the league today, regardless of what we've done in the offseason.
We just had to sacrifice them for 1 year. They just had to be a sacrificial lamb for 1 year to get the Hawks and Falcons back into the conversation.
And Georgia Tech and Georgia.
Both playoff teams.
Feel like
playoff teams.
Boston right now.
All the Georgia Tech, all the people that watched me come up here and say, before the start of the season, Tech was going to the playoffs.
You need to start finding those clips.
Yeah, they look pretty damn good in terms of, now, not in yet, Not in yet, but the Yellow Jackets, they're fighting. They're one of 6 remaining unbeaten teams. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? If you like what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for watching.